Yeah, it's really good. I think when you win football games, then it breeds confidence. Everyone's happy. But I've been in the game long enough now to know that the next game is round the corner. We have to enjoy the moments like we did on Tuesday night with our own supporters. Everyone celebrating together. But as a professional, whether that be staff, players, we have to get back to work and recover and prepare for another difficult trip up north, and then also a game against a team that's been in pretty good form as well. So we have to keep focused on the task in hand.
You mentioned the scenes at the end of that Barnsley game. Will we be seeing Perks on Strictly Come Dancing this year?
No, I didn't notice it at the time because he's standing next to me, but I've seen it back, and yeah, it just shows one, his lack of dance moves, but two, how excited we all were. It was a fantastic game, a really intense game, and I always think games under the lights have more. They seem to generate more atmosphere. That seems to be a real emotional night in terms of under the lights. But to celebrate the way we did at the Big Bank with the supporters and have that moment was special, and Perks obviously really enjoyed himself.
You clearly bought into what Exeter City is all about, and that showed at the end of that game. But to you, what makes SJP so special?
That's a good question. I think it's the positivity. I think it's the connection they feel with the football club. I've been to other football clubs where, you know, fantastic fan base. I've played for Celtic, who are phenomenal supporters, but when things are going wrong, there's a negativity, whether it be to the owners or to the board or to the players or to the manager. I feel like this club, because it's supporter owned, has a real connection and a real buy-in to what the football club is doing, and because of that, and we noticed it right from the start, myself and Perks, obviously having never been down here, that the positivity, even in difficult moments, even when we're not maybe playing so well, you don't get the normal chants from the side or the negative comments, which then the players can maybe feed off and go into a negative mode. So that positivity around the stadium has been there every game for me, and obviously when we win games and you know you really feel that atmosphere and what this club means to the supporters, then it's great that we can share that with them.
Just the final one on Tuesday night, we had the Academy showcase at half time as they paraded around the pitch. I mean, what better way to show off our academy, to have the whole academy there, and then to see Jay Stansfield and Harry Kite both score. I mean, it's sort of all the inspiration that they need, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what this club's all about. It's giving young people a chance, giving opportunities for people to go and have a career in football. We had 5 starters, I think, that came through the academy. We had, you know, some on the bench, but to then see those players impact the game by setting up goals, by scoring goals, then it's a great inspiration for the next generation. And we say it all the time to the new professionals who just signed contracts or people who are coming through, that you know, you could be that player. That is the challenge, to get that opportunity to be that next Jay Stansfield or Harry Kite, Archie Collins, Josh Key. There's just an endless list of names that, you know, the next generation must look to try and emulate.
Let's talk Fleetwood then. One of the main talking points is their manager, your former Scotland and Celtic teammate Scott Brown. It'd be a nice reunion for you up there.
And Hibs teammate, you can't leave that out.
Apologies.
Yeah, I played with him when he was a young player who came through the academy at Hibs. When I first met Scott, he had red hair. He was a fiery character. He was, you know, the ultimate competitor, wanted to win everything. Calmed down over the years. When he came to Celtic, he was a much more rounded player, a fantastic footballer. And then later on, when I left Celtic, he became a defensive midfield player with, you know, real tactical awareness, and won so many trophies, developed leadership qualities to become the captain for that club for so many years. So to do that, you need to have something about you. And Scott Brown is a top professional, a top competitor, and I'll look forward to competing against them on Saturday.
I imagine it probably didn't come as a surprise to you that he went into management.
It did a little bit, yeah. He wasn't somebody that was, overly analytical of the game. But I think, like I said, I left Celtic when he was probably early to mid-20s, and as he's grew into his career, he's probably developed that side. So to see him go in and see him do such a good job, it's no surprise because of the mentality that he has. But it wasn't something I would have really envisaged when I knew him as a younger player.
Fleetwood, very similar side to us in terms of league position. They've just beaten Derby away from home and Lincoln as well. We've just beaten Barnsley. These sides in the middle of the table are going to have a big impact on how the league table finishes up the top, especially with our run-in towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I say it every week, there's no easy games in this league. We've found that out at our cost at times when we play teams down the bottom, and Barnsley have also found that when they're on a run like they are, they lost to ourselves. So every game is competitive. Every game you have to be organised, you have to be ready to compete and bring the best version of yourself. And I think that's our challenge from now till the end of the season, is to be the best version of Exeter City and see where that takes us. We have went over the big 50 points that I keep hearing from the outside world. It's not something I was aiming for. But now it's important we look at every game and think that we can win 3 points and do our very best to do that. And come May the 7th, we look at the table and assess the season and the introduction back to League One as a whole, and see where we are as a football club at that point, rather than kind of before the end starting to evaluate how we've done. We've still got a long way to go, and we want to get as many points as we can.
How would you assess Fleetwood as an opponent? Where do you expect their threats to come from?
Well, one I think we know pretty well. Yeah, I think the signings I've made in January in an attacking area have definitely gave them something that they didn't have. I think they were a team that didn't concede a lot first half of the season, but didn't win a lot of games, and now they have the firepower to allow them to go and win games. So the players are ready, they're recovered. We will do some more work tomorrow in terms of analysing Fleetwood, show them some videos, work on some stuff on the training ground, and be ready for a big challenge.
In terms of the squad for this one, any update, any fresh injuries or returning?
Keggs will return from international duty, which is really good. It's been a fantastic experience for him, but it'll be great to have him back. I thought he had his best game before he left against Cheltenham, so it'll be good to have Keggs back. Jake Caprice is back on the grass, but not quite ready to feature in the squad, and everyone else has came through Tuesday night's game well. There's no knocks, there's obviously some tired bodies, but we're trying to focus on the positives. We broke another record of total distance on Tuesday night in terms of what we're covering, so physically the players are, they're actually getting better. Even at this later stage in the season, they're still improving, so we have to be ready for that again on Saturday.
Away from sort of current matters, looking towards the end of the season into next season, tickets go on sale tomorrow. We will see you feature in the video, and won't say much more than that just yet. But give us a rallying cry. Get some people, get some bums on seats and feet in the big bank.
Yeah, we don't need bums on seats. We need people standing up and cheering. I think Tuesday night was everything you need for this football club. What it means to the city, what it means to the players, to the staff, and those scenes at the end. That's why you buy a season ticket, to have moments like that. So if they want to get any inspiration, then they just need to look at that little video, maybe pause it at the end when the dancing starts, but the bit before that is why you want to come to SJP.
And of course the end of season awards are coming up on the Sunday after the Ipswich game. We've got so much to celebrate this season. It's not even over yet.
No, it's not, and that's the focus to the players. We've still got targets that we want to achieve as a group and build momentum into next year. We want to establish ourselves as a League One football club, and then at the end of the season we can celebrate that success and that achievement that we've had in our first season back at this level. So still a long way to go, but it's nearing the end, and we will celebrate that when it comes.